All right, guys, Becky and I are in the hatch now. We're about to take it up the road for the first time since getting it back together. So fingers crossed we'll make it back in one piece. Let's see what happens. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's very exciting day. We are getting very close to being able to drive the hatch. I came out here and messed with it a little bit the other night, and I got the coolant completely full through the whole engine. I let it run for a little bit so it actually start flowing through the radiator and everything to make sure everything's flowing properly and I don't have any leaks, which actually I do have one last leak to fix, but it'll be a relatively simple one. It's on the coolant crossover pipe, whatever you want to call that thing. One of the gaskets is leaking, so I went and bought a new gasket kit for it last night. So now I can go ahead and unfortunately drain all the coolant I just put in it back out, and then take the water pipe off, put the new gaskets in, put it back on, and then we should be completely done with leaks, hopefully. And then past that, I just gotta get the fan wired up, and then we should be able to drive this thing. It still needs a bit of a valve adjustment. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna get to that tonight or not, but if not, it is what it is. It'll get done at some point, but I'll at least be able to possibly just take it for a drive around the block. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get to it tonight. If not, then maybe Sunday or something. I'm not really sure. But yeah, guys, so without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start draining the coolant out of this thing. And while it's draining, I'm gonna go ahead and wire up the fan, hopefully. And yeah, we'll see how far we can get with this thing. So let's jump right in. All right, you guys, so I just got the fan all wired up. So I basically took one of the wires, ran it just to a ground. The other one spliced in, ran it through the fender up and into the cab. And I ran it to just a 12 volt power ignition on wire. So when we turn the key on now, you'll hear the fan fire up. So now anytime the ignition's on, the fan will be running. So hear it on, and it's pushing air through the radiator. So we've got good airflow on this side. So hopefully that'll be enough to keep it cool. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm kind of in the process of picking up all my tools at the moment, and then we'll top it off with coolant and start it and let it run and see if that fan's able to keep it cool. And if so, we're gonna take this thing for a little bit of a ride. So let's see what happens. All right, you guys, so I just got it topped off with coolant. So now we can go ahead and fire it up. The fan will be running so we can see if when the thermostat opens, if that fan keeps it cool. Make sure it doesn't overheat or nothing. And then, yeah, if it goes well, we can go ahead and hop in this thing and hopefully take it up the road. So let's see how she does. All right, you guys, so we're just watching the coolant temp here. We're about almost 100 degrees right now. So we're gonna go ahead and let it get good and warm. Let the throttle body or the thermostat open up, and then we'll see what happens here. All right, you guys, we've been holding right around 198 for a while now. Doesn't seem to be moving a whole lot from there. You can feel on the coolant lines. This one's pretty hot coming out of the engine. And this one going back in is warm, but not super hot. So let it run for a little longer, make sure it doesn't get any hotter, and then... All right, you guys, so it was creeping very slowly. So I think I just need a stronger fan on it. It got up to about 215 or so before I finally killed it. But it was creeping super, super slow. Once I'm moving, I'm sure it'll be okay. But yeah, I think I just need a higher CFM fan. So what I might end up doing, I ordered this one from Summit. It was 1,000 CFMs. They had the same company or the same brand fan that was like a 18 or 1900 CFM fan, but it was out of stock or something. I would have had to wait like a month to get it. So I might just go ahead and order that fan, run this one for the time being. And then once that other fan comes in, I can pop it on there, and then we shouldn't have any problems after that, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing on the ground. Nothing's leaking out of it anymore. The coolant leak is completely fixed. Well, that's a lie. This guy's leaking a little bit. Little nipple right there, but that's all right. Same with the AN fittings, those are still leaking, but that's not as big of a deal as this guy right here. But that'll be an easy fix. I'll just put an actual hose clamp on it. As for the gasket we put on, it's dry back there. Nothing's leaking out of there. So yeah, you guys, everything's looking pretty good here. All these other fittings, that one's got some, I don't understand why these AN fittings are all leaking like that, but I don't know. They're very just drips, so it's not that big of a deal. That one in the front, like I said, I'll just put like an actual hose clamp on it that you actually tighten down, so that way I can make sure it's tighter than it is now. But for the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and put the bumper back on, put the tires back on it, drop it on the ground, and then maybe we'll take it for a rip up the road here. So stay tuned. All right, guys, Becky and I are in the hatch now. We're about to take it up the road for the first time since getting it back together. So fingers crossed we'll make it back in one piece. Let's see what happens. Heck yes. We made it, guys. We made it to the gas station. It's only about a quarter mile up the road from the house, but it doesn't even matter. I'm so excited we got this thing out. This is the first time it's actually driven under its own power in a year or better. For those of you guys that haven't been following the channel for a while, I've been waiting a really long time for this, and I am so excited that we made it out. And I've yet to really have any issues. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I could not be more stoked right now, guys. Definitely, the tune I think will the tune I think will work wonders, because it rev hangs a lot too. Like when you go to shift, it doesn't like rev down; it just stays there. Speedometer stopped working on it.
We made it.
All right, you guys, we just made it back. The hatch did great. Outside of the cam lobe it's got going on because of whatever's wrong with the tune, but other than that, it did great. Didn't even really get hot. There's nothing leaking underneath it right now, sitting in the garage, so I could not be more stoked, guys. You have no idea. I've been waiting so long for this. We just officially took the hatch for the first drive. Oh my goodness. So yeah, guys, oh man, next stop is the dyno. We'll see how much power it makes, get a good solid tune on it, and then we'll be really ready to rip. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. So I hope you guys are all as stoked as I am. Oh, we got the puppy dogs. Look at the puppies, look at that big boy. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. So without any further ado, thank you so much for watching as always, and we will see you next time.